Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nene's Crafting Corner, and I'm Nene, and I have New Year. Things finally calmed down at work. For realsies, hopefully I can get back on a schedule. It has, but it hasn't been, kind of crazy. First, my kit that I am working on is, it's a mystery kit. It is animals, and in parentheses it says pets, and it's by Jeff Haney. I started it in September, but I'm still not done with it because it's quite large. Sorry, not a lot of diamond painting going on at the moment. It is 38.5 inches by 27.5 inches. So that's 98 centimeters by 70 centimeters. It's a big one. It's the biggest one I've ever done. So yeah, and one of the reasons I haven't been filming is I got this idea to improve my drafting table. And my dad, bless his heart, I don't know what his holdup is, but he hasn't been working on it. So he still has my tabletop, so I'm literally, I took a card table, just like a maybe 4-foot one. You can, no, it's probably about 5 feet. Anyway, that you can get from Walmart. And I stuck it on top of my drafting table because I was using it in my living room, but I couldn't record. I couldn't put the camera mount anywhere good for me to actually get a decent like recording shot, so without it being all shaky. Anyway, so that's part of the reason there was such a hiatus. Also, I've been feeling very depressy. I'm starting to claw out of that. But anyway, oh, sorry, my dad also has my light pad. Hold on, let me check something, sorry. Okay. Sorry, I forget. Sorry, it's temperamental. I'm using an old light pad, and so it's very, very temperamental. So apologies if it flickered, because my dad also has my light pad, because my brilliant plan was for him to, I guess the proper, ooh, that's gonna drive me crazy. The proper term is use a router, and I was gonna ask him to kind of dig down into the tabletop so that my iPad, or not my iPad, excuse me, my light pad would be flush, and I wouldn't have like this. Well, this isn't a very good example because I'm on the edge, but so it wouldn't have that, like, you know what I'm saying? So he has my tabletop, he has my light pad, so I'm using an old one, and it's already ticking me off. So I'm very, very sorry for all the, I wonder if I stick, oops, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. This is what happens when you don't do this for a long time. I set this there. Maybe if I set my iPad on the cord part, maybe it'll behave. But anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of delve right in. I don't have terribly a whole lot that you've missed, because if you've been here for a while, you know that I am a creature of habit, and I tend to do the same things like over and over and over again. But so my last video was my Disneyland trip that we took in July. And and I'd like to welcome you all into the new year, as I'm recording this on January 1st. I don't know if I'll actually post it today. We'll see what happens. I have the day off from work. Anyway, so let's see. Nothing really happened in August that I can recollect. Labor Day weekend, Tim and I went to Boise. Well, actually, technically, it's just outside. It's like 30 minutes outside of Boise, in a city called Melba. My Aunt Shauna lives there. My Aunt Shauna and my Uncle Troy live there. We went there for like a little anniversary trip, but we also, it's going to sound weird, and I know it's going to sound weird, but we took my mom with us because it's my mom's sister. Sorry, I have had to reconfigure my whole thing going on here with this ginormous table. It's so much bigger than the actual tabletop for this drafting table, but anyway. So we took my mom with us, and we stayed the first night in Twin with my Aunt Lynn, who's also my mom's sister. And we had a nice visit with her, and then we went and saw my Aunt Joanne. Well, actually, my great Aunt Joanne. So my mom's aunt. And that woman, first of all, is going to live forever. And second of all, she is like late 80s, early 90s. I can't even remember how old the woman is, but she still gets up at 5 or 6 a.m. every morning and cleans her whole house, okay? The woman's house is immaculate, but she still gets up and she does all of her little chores every morning. Like, she's an inspiration, man. And she loves birds. She has this little, it's not a parrot. It is not a cockatoo. I don't even know what kind of bird it is, and I just realized I didn't get all of the last color out. Sorry guys, I am having a very tough go of it. So you're just going to be staring at my canvas apparently most of this. It's a little bird. It will talk back, but it's not a parrot. And I can't remember what kind of sorry, I was looking at Navi. What kind of parrot or bird it is. But anyway, she has this little bird, and that's her little companion. It follows her around the house and sits on her shoulder and all the things. It's really cute. So we visited her, and then we drove the last hour and a half to, well, maybe about 2 hours to Melba. So that broke, and I got to see my Uncle Mike too, my mom's brother. I have 2 Uncle Mikes. My mom's brother is named Mike, and then my dad's half brother is also named Mike. Gets a little confusing, but oh well. Anyway, so we got to see him too for a little bit. And then we drove up to spend the rest of the time with Shauna and Troy. We went on a little picnic to, I can't remember what it's called, but there's all kinds of like canyons and falls and stuff for you to go picnic at in Idaho. And this place was like 20 minutes from Shauna's house, and you have to drive down this really steep, like switchbacky thing to get down to it. But we went and had a picnic, and actually it was a barbecue, because Troy freaking strapped his barbecue to his truck and drove it down the thing. So we had a little barbecue, and Shauna and Troy brought their paddle boards that are actually inflatable. I was quite surprised and impressed with them. So Shauna taught us how to paddleboard, and Tim knocked her into the lake while she was trying to get us all set up. Poor thing. But she was a real trooper about it. He felt so bad because she had her phone in her pocket. And oh, he felt so bad. Navi, you're not even done with that one. Tossing her bones so she keeps quiet while I do this. I need to get a battery for my little machine. I have a machine that beeps when the dogs bark. Well, I say dogs, but it's her. She's the barker. Blue's not. But anyway, so he felt really bad about knocking her in and ruining her phone, basically. But she was so sweet about it. But anyway, so he and I paddleboarded for a little while. I tried standing up, but I couldn't. I stood up, but I couldn't, like, I guess my balance isn't as good as it once was, and so I couldn't really paddle whilst standing up. So I sat down and paddleboarded. And yeah, I kind of want to get some for Tim and I. I think it'd be fun to have for, like, when we go to Bear Lake, or if we go, when we go back to Idaho or whatever, you know, we have those with us. But let's see. We also had, when you go to Aunt Shauna's, you can't go to Aunt Shauna's without having appelskivers, which are Danish pancakes, but they're not flat like American pancakes. They're round balls, and they are so good. Like the pans have little wells in them, and you put the batter in there and you let it cook for, a few minutes, and then you rotate them, and that's what makes the ball. And you, at least how I eat them, is I cut them open, put butter on them, and then put jam. But you can eat them with powdered sugar, syrup, just with butter, plain, however you like it. Sky's the limit. But I love those. Every time we go to Shauna's, since I was a little kid, that is what we had, was appelskivers. So every time I go there, I'm like, can I at least have appelskivers one morning? Like, that's my one request. Excuse me. And she knows that. And actually, it's Troy that makes them. And he knows that, and he's such a good trooper about it. He's a good guy. He makes all of their jam, so we had lots of homemade jam, and it was so good. Oops. I actually tried my hand at making jam this year, because my parents have a peach tree. I might have to, there we go. I have to switch out my wax. But my parents have a peach tree, so my sister Nicole and I spent one Saturday, making peach raspberry jam, and we made a crap ton of it. And then we came back like a week later and gathered up the rest of the peaches and just canned peaches. It's like my new hobby, like canning and stuff like that. Like, I have learned how to, I always knew how to make pasta sauce, but I would just freeze it in baggies. but I've since learned how to can it and make it shelf stable. I learned how to can potatoes, and yeah, so I'm starting my homesteading era, as the kids call it these days. That's what they say. It's your whatever era. I'm in my homesteading era. I don't know. It's just a weird pull that I have to learn these skills. So yeah. And then we came home from our trip, and you know, nothing else really terribly fun and exciting happened. I don't think, at least not that I, again, remember. Sorry if you see my head. I'm just trying to, okay, that's my hand, not my head. Try to get a better angle on this and keep my head out of the frame. Let's see. So October was fairly uninteresting. November, the highlight of November was Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. Because all you have to do is eat and be grateful. There's no obligatory presents, and I think I've mentioned it once or twice. I hate Christmas just because of the pressure and everything of gift giving, finding the perfect gift and all that. But anyway, let's see. My birthday was in December, and the day was just crappy in general, and it just happened to fall on my birthday. It's not that my birthday was bad. I don't particularly care for my birthday, but the day wasn't bad because it was my birthday. The day was bad because it was just a bad day. Like, it was a bad day at work. Nothing seemed to go right. It just, bad day. Anyway, moving on. Christmas shenanigans. Let's see. I handmade little ear warmers for Tim's sisters-in-law, and his mom. And then just bought books for the kids, and then bought this sorter for, it's a compact, I mean, it's bigger than this, but basically, it's a compact thing with 4 different slots that has snack for your plastic bags. There's snack size, sandwich size, quart size, and gallon size. So you only have to pull out the one container, and all of your bags are right there. It's really handy. I have one. I love it. So I bought one for all of his siblings. That's what we gave him for Christmas. And I got a bigger Instapot. I had completely forgotten that I had asked for a bigger Instapot. So that was a pleasant surprise. I've been really into audiobooks, so around Thanksgiving, when Tim's parents asked us what we wanted for Christmas, I was like, I want iTunes gift cards so I can buy audiobooks. So they gave me a gift card for my birthday, but she's like, I don't, that wasn't a good thing. Like, I don't feel comfortable giving gift cards for Christmas. And I was like, okay, whatever. You wanted to know what I wanted, and that is what I wanted, but okay. But so yeah, so she surprised me with the Instapot, because I had completely forgotten I'd asked for that. Because while I was single, I had bought an Instapot, and it was like, it was either a 3 or a 4 quart, the smallest Instapot you can get, because it was just me. And now that I have Tim, I kind of need a bigger one, just a little bit. Girl. So anyway, good times. And I've used it a couple of times, and as always, I still love it. The Instapot was like the best invention ever, in my opinion. It's versatile, and you can do so much in it and with it. But anyway, I also bought a vacuum sealer to go with my homesteading adventures. So I've been learning. I just gave you one, ma'am. But I recently learned how to make bagels and homemade hamburger buns, and so I figured I'd make those, freeze them, like it's called flash freezing, where you put them in the freezer for like an hour or two so they're nice and hard, and then you vacuum seal them so that they don't squish down under the pressure of the vacuum seal, and then they keep obviously for a lot longer in the freezer. You just have to pull them out and defrost them. And then bake them. Because you freeze them unbaked. Anyway, let's see. So there was that. And I'm having so much fun, like, vacuum sealing, like, everything. It's a bit ridiculous. But it makes me happy. And then the last thing, I have on here, which I already mentioned, I learned how to make bagels. I learned how to make hamburger buns, all off of TikTok. Bagels were not as scary as I thought they were gonna be. I already knew how to make bread because I used to work at a bread shop called Great Harvest. Well, and my mom taught me how to make bread a long time ago. But so I have decided I'm not going to buy store-bought bread anymore. I'm going to make it every week. And what we don't use, I'll put into a food processor and make breadcrumbs out of. And then once I get, a decent amount of breadcrumbs, I'll vacuum seal and put them in the freezer. Might even make some croutons. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so I've just kind of been enjoying learning these skills and making these things, because I always hate the people that talk about, the stuff that they put in our food, but like, really, I don't know what it is that they put. I mean, it's obviously preservatives, but I don't know. I'm just getting weird feelings about it all of a sudden, and I don't like it. So I'm trying to make as much from scratch as possible so that I know what's going into my food to a certain degree. And anyway, I'm not trying to start a debate or anything, so keep your comments to yourself. It's, like I said, it's just a weird little feeling that I'm getting. So, but Tim's good. He's actually currently in Arizona he got into disc golf. So he's currently doing that. He's doing 4 tournaments. He's been gone since the 26th, and he's coming back on Sunday. So he's doing good. We're doing good. The doggos are doing good. Navi is just munching away on all these bones I keep giving her to keep her quiet. I have a little, like I said, I have this little thing that will beep that she doesn't like when she barks. I just need another battery for it. It goes through batteries really fast. I kind of find it annoying, but what are you gonna do? That is, the new gal. I love her. So we fired Crystal at my work, and then we hired Valerie, and I adore her. She's like my favorite. And it's so funny because she and I are like 9 years apart, and she and I have so much in common. She and I are like basically the same person, but she's like the cat version because she likes cats and I like dogs. It's just, she likes Diet Pepsi, I like Diet Coke. Like, it's so funny the similarities that she and I have because we're so far apart in age. But I've also always known that I'm an old soul. Like, I've always gotten along better with people older than me. Like, the elderly people are my favorite in the whole wide world. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's about all I've got. I know I've said this like a bajillion times, but like, for realsies this time, I'm hoping to get back on a fairly steady schedule for videos and stuff. So, because I have missed doing it. And I'm going to try and branch out and do like knitting, and because I've been knitting and crocheting a lot more lately, so I'm going to try and incorporate those into my stuff, so you get a variety and it's not just diamond painting. I mean, I haven't heard any complaints, but I just feel like if it's Nene's crafting corner, I should probably do more crafts other than diamond painting. So anyway, I'll get something on that in the works and we can go from there. But for now, that is all I've got, and I kind of figured this wasn't going to be a long video. Most of my videos tend to be 20 to 30 minutes, and we're at 26 minutes, so I'm going to wrap that up. You guys have a fabulous day, and I hope all the best for you in the new year, and I can't wait to see what unfolds this year and what we can go through and experience and build together this year. That is all. Bye.